It's definitely not a traditional music doc. It doesn't sort of unpack M.I.A.'s albums and explain the songs or anything like that. When we met, M.I.A. was an aspiring documentary maker herself, so I got handed these unfinished documentaries that were very different in themselves. Like, one's a sort of rock tour doc when she was doing that, and the other one's like a family story in Sri Lanka, and there's just all this disparate footage, but when you put it together it does make sense. But the music career and analysing the songs is only a very slim part of the film.
You don't really stop to think, really. I've always sort of kept going forward and never really looked back at the tapes, you know, so I didn't really know what kind of content was on there. And obviously when I was shooting it, I'd think, oh, that thing was really cool, but obviously that's not what Steve found cool at all. So like, the things that's relevant to me is not very relevant to him. I don't know, this film is kind of weird because it's not really about my music, you know. It doesn't really have my art in it. It's not a film like that where it sort of teaches you how to be cool or how you can make a beat or how to, it's not one of those, you know. This is sort of more personal, and it's sort of, it's a different thing.
The more the film came together in the final stages, the more I was really pleased to see this overall message emerging that was inspiring and positive and sort of not about kind of M.I.A. and her career and sort of answering her critics or some kind of redemption or consolidation of everything she's achieved. It was much further back from that, and it's a lot of footage before she's even become a musician or thought about making songs. Some of the afterwards as well, like the aftermath of becoming M.I.A. and what that did to her family dynamic and identity. I was really conscious of not making something that was didactic and like put words in Maya's mouth or spoke on her behalf, you know. So my job was to sort of link it up in a way that it became coherent and you could see the consistent threads and longer arcs through things.
We're talking about an era that was pre-internet, really, and I think that's kind of interesting to be an artist who saddles both of those periods, you know, and then can actually communicate. And it's sort of like gone full circle because everybody now finally understands what I was like. And so maybe the timing is better now for some of the things that I was way before the internet. When I was making music and putting albums out, there was a film called The Killing Fields, which was a very controversial film, and people are still in prison for screening it. And it's kind of interesting to live through that and then to use this film to add the personal story, because there just isn't one, you know. So it's weird, it's not really about being M.I.A. It's almost like just being the personal Sri Lankan refugee person that can explain what that is just on a intimate kind of way, so that films like The Killing Fields is easier to digest, you know, and that it's to humanize these people that are very far away.